Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, it's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's time for the TNA Event Center report. And now here's the man to give you all the total nonstop action and impactful report, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. We're going to wrap up this day with a couple more videos. First and foremost, this is episode 2347, Thursday, June 26, 2025. We just got finished over Rant and Rave. We went through a lot of stuff about the Night of Champions situation because of what's going on in the Middle East. I don't need to explain. I don't need to talk about it because I'll let the news and the pundits and let our episode tell you what's up with that. And then you got, we made our picks and predictions for the event, and we had our topics. We had a lot of fun with it, with the topics that we had, and what our thoughts are on the situations. And then we had a little fun with Joe Hendry and the Gare Bear. That's Joe Hendry and the Gare Bear. That sounds like a movie. Joe Hendry and the Gare Bear. Unbelievable. Well, speaking of Joe Hendry, we're going to talk about what happened on TNA Impact. Now, I was very pleased to find out that they decided to put a free episode of Impact on YouTube, on their YouTube channel. So, thank you, TNA Wrestling, for that. Shout out to you guys. You guys done a wonderful job. Joe Hendry decided to kick off TNA Impact and addressing the Pittsburgh crowd about how he had a rough couple of months ever since losing the TNA title to Trick Williams, and at Slammiversary he vows to get it back for TNA. That's very, very important on that. Then the lovely Killer Kelly addresses Masa Slamovich as next week there will be a Knockouts title match, but she says it will be a chain matchup between the former MK Ultra partners. Meanwhile, Zachary Wentz went up against Nick Nemit's brother, Ryan Nemeth. And Ryan Nemeth, there was a couple, an engaged couple who are big wrestling fans. And Chris Van Vliet and Omos attended their wedding. And they had a lot of fun because they wanted to surprise their relatives and all that and have a little bit of fun with the wedding. And so, you know how weddings go in wrestling, right? Wrestling weddings go. And there was a video, it was viral, a couple. And Ryan Nemeth showed up to the wedding in a suit. He took off the suit, and the groom and bride decided to double team him. The bride hits him with a steel chair. And the wedding party's chanting, "That was awesome!" You know. Excuse me, I'm too busy laughing about that. Excuse me, man. We had a lot of laughter at Rant and Rave. Let me tell you something. So excuse me. So continuing that story, I want to try to kill some time here. And then the groom and the bride decided to double choke slam him to a table, which I thought it was so fun to see. It's like, hey, and like, and if a married couple that I know and they're wrestling fans say, "Hey, Eric, can we use your assistance here?" It's like, well, we want to do. Oh, cool. All right. I'm in. Whatever it is, I'm in. You want to put me... It's like, he'll eject and you put him through a table or something like that. Okay. Or I'm going to do the Gunter chops because they're a lot of fun, you know. But anyways, that was what Ryan Nemeth did at the wedding. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was great. And like, I guess the relatives like, boy, they take this wrestling thing seriously. And what about one of these weddings, man? Like, hey, can you choke some guy to a table? That'd be great. Imagine the Undertaker appear at a wedding. Watch how he's got an urn. He's gonna hit somebody in with it. Anyways, no, I thought it was really, really cool. So anyway, Zachary Wentz, who is the luckiest man on the face of the earth because he's dating, he's engaged to Priscilla Kelly, aka Gigi Dolan, who's got more curves than a winding road, if you know what I mean. He won the matchup, despite the fact that his brother Nick Nemeth gets involved during the match. And Gia Miller, the lovely Gia Miller, interviewed Trick Williams as he responds to what Joe Hendry had to say to kick off the show. Meanwhile, also, Gia Miller also interviewed Masa Slamovich to respond to Killer Kelly's challenge for the Knockouts Championship. But Ariana Grace, who still, because of her father, still being in charge, director authority of TNA, interrupted Monster Slammiversary. I got a surprise for you. I cannot tell what it is. You have to see it for yourself. Then there was the Knockouts Battle Royal, and with the winner of the Knockouts Battle Royal wins the match. Now I'm going to let's see. We're going to check this out. Give me this So let me see what we got here. And okay, give me a second here. Let's see. I did talk about this. Give me a second here. TNA Impact. Okay, and so okay, and all right. Here are the participants. All three members of the Elegance brand. That would be Heather, M, and Ash in the matchup. The Inspiration was in Jody Threat, Alicia Edwards, Katie Arquette. No relation to David Arquette. Jada Stone, Tasha Steeles, Indy Hartwell, Zaya Brookside, Rosemary Harley Hudson, Maya Grace, Danny Luna, Victoria Crawford, Mila Moore, Tessa Blanchard, and Lei Ying Lee. And we all thought that the entire Elegance brand was eliminated from the match because they went after them and the Inspiration. The Inspiration and the Elegance brand are brawling outside. But if you notice the tape during the brawl, the skirmish, Ash by Elegance went under the ropes and acted like she's been eliminated from the match. Then it was down between Hartwell and Blanchard. They went at it until Ash by Elegance rose up from ringside, and Tom Hennepin did confirm the replay that Ash by Elegance went under the ropes. She ended up winning the matchup, getting her shot at a Knockouts championship. But Monster Slammiversary comes out to stare down Ash, but JC Jane, the NXT Women's Champions, also comes out. This makes it even more complicated now because you got JC Jane defending the title against Jordan Grace at Evolution. But we forgot that could Ash by Elegance choose JC Jane? Will the match be at the Great American Bash? But you got to remember, Blake Monroe could be wanting retribution for what JC Jane and Fatal Influence did to her last week. So there's a lot of cards to be played with here. You know what I mean? So we'll see what card gets played the most. We'll find out for sure. Then So Jake Something addresses Mance Warner, and now he's back and focused, and he wants to be focused after the international title held by Steve Macklin. Meanwhile, a Call to Arms match, John Schuyler and Mustafa Ali. I forget the rules of the Call to Arms. I was trying to busy watch AEW Collision. I'll talk about that on the next video. Next episode of the show, I should say, and I was doing Rant and Rave. Ali won the matchup, but they continue to attack Jason Hodge after the matchup. John Schuyler stood up for Hodge. Then Tasha Steeles stops Ali from attacking the Gray Hands with a steel chair. But arriving is a surprise. Cedric Alexander arrives in TNA to confront Ali, and as he grabs Ali's, when Ali grabs Tasha Steeles' hand, but Cedric Alexander grabs Tasha Steeles' hand. Tasha Steeles lets go of Ali's hand. Her and the Great Hands stood by Cedric Alexander. Is he a new leader of the Order 4? What's Cedric Alexander's mission? Who knows for sure. And Matt Cardona confronts the system, and Eddie Edwards issued a challenge to Matt Cardona. That match is happening next week. And the Hardys went up against the Northern Armory. That is Judas Icarus and Travis Williams. Eric Young gets involved, but he gets ejected from ringside. The Hardys end up winning the matchup. They call out Leon Slater to celebrate and give him words of encouragement as he challenges Moose for the X Division title at Slammiversary. Meanwhile, Slater stayed at ringside for commentary as Moose took on two men, Shane Saber and Jake Painter. Moose won the matchup, but he attacks after the matchup, and then Slater decides to stop Moose, and Moose then scampers from the ring. Then, finally, the main event, it was a street fight match. Mike Santana against AJ Francis, a.k.a. Uncle Phil. You got Carlton Banks, Casey Navarro, who was injured at ringside, sitting down, helping Francis out in a limited capacity. But Trick Williams gets involved, a.k.a. the Fresh Prince, I like to call him. You got AJ Francis, Uncle Phil, Casey Navarro as Carlton, and you got Trick Williams as the Fresh Prince, Will Smith. And he got involved, but Joe Hendry comes back out and brawls with him. Santana takes advantage of the situation, ends up picking up the victory over AJ Francis, addresses the Fitchburg crowd after the matchup, and said, "Hey, I want to be in the main event. I'm going to be the face of TNA for a long time." So that will be episode 2347. On the next episode, it'll be 2348 when we're going to be talking about what happened on AEW Collision. That happened tonight. So that's all for today's episode. Next episode going to come rolling around. Until that episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and door for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.